You fight back with your spirit, little one. You stand up for yourself, just like him.
Answer my question! The question, jerk!
What do you love about what you do?
I think the people that I get to meet and the places that I get to travel. That's the kind of the most exciting thing. Obviously the acting is, it is what it is. And, I love acting, but the kind of tangential thing about it is the people that I get to meet, for sure. And I've got to travel to some amazing places doing what I do, Australia, Japan, Bulgaria. Like, when was I ever going to go to Bulgaria? These kind of Budapest. I worked in Budapest. Those are probably the things that I take away.
What is like the most loving, or the cast that you've been a part of that you're like, oh, we're all still friends. This is all like, I really loved hanging out with those people.
Several. Really, I've been really lucky with that. The Heroes cast, we're all still incredibly close. I text with a lot of people in the Heroes cast regularly. It was just such a massive thing for all of us involved, and we were on this rocket ship together, so we've definitely kept close.
The latest project you're in is Never Have I Ever, which I really loved. Your role in that's really interesting because you're playing a guy that's like not really around, you know what I mean? Yeah. But is around. What do you love about that show?
Looking around and seeing brown people everywhere. That's seriously, it's the best. And they're great people. Even the non-brown people are great. I don't want to, screw them out of anything, but I just, it's the first experience I've ever had like that, where you look around and it is just like majority Indian people just milling about. We have Indian directors, we have Indian writers, obviously Mindy's there, but the cast is largely Indian. And that's just a totally new experience for me. And I've been doing this for 20 years. So to do that and to be able to look around and just see Indian people everywhere doing what I do, I never experienced that before. I always looked around and didn't see anybody who looked like me. So that's 100% the highlight of the job so far.
Speaking of being around a bunch of brown people, and I know that you've sort of come out doing like South Asians for Joe Biden and stuff like that. What do you love about being South Asian or South Asian American?
Well, I don't have a choice. It's what I am. So you got to love it. But I just love the increasing influence that we are having in this country. And the ability to sway elections. The South Asian vote was the margin in a lot of places, and to be able to have engage this community in that way and understand the power that we have, and to be able to inspire people to, whether it's simply to register or simply to go out and vote for the first time, or get more involved and be involved in campaigns and all of that. It's power, and you have to utilize that if you want to have a say in what happens to your community. And I think the best thing about it has been there's just been such an increase in engagement. I mean, the number of people who reached out to me on, social media or whatever, saying, I never voted before, but I voted because of the South Asians for Biden thing that I saw on, YouTube or whatever it happens to be, or the interview you did on this, or whatever it is. You kind of realize, okay, you do have this platform, and I've never really used it for this before. It's really not something, I'm not like an incredibly political person, I got to be honest, but I just kind of felt like it was necessary. It had to be done. So I'm really glad that it seems to have had a positive effect.
Is there a song that you would like always put on a mixtape or whatever for a crush or for a romantic interest?
Police, Every Breath You Take, always. That's always a great song. When I auditioned for drama school, I went and you had to do a classical monologue and a modern monologue. And then unbeknownst to me, you also had to sing a song. And so I did my monologues, I got them done. I was like, yes. And they're like, and your song, please. And I didn't want to act like I didn't know I was supposed to sing a song. So I started singing Every Breath You Take in the audition. And I got like I don't know, 8 seconds in, and they're like, yeah, thank you. That'll be enough. And despite that, I got it.
Did you have early crushes in childhood? Like, were you like a Winnie Cooper guy or, whoever?
I was constantly falling in love with people. I fell in love with Daisy Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard. She was a big one. I forgot the character's name, but Blair on The Facts of Life. I think that was her name, Blair. I had a real crush on her. I had a crush on a lot of people. Oh, you know who? Bonnie from Knight Rider.
Okay, good one.
I had a huge crush on Bonnie from Knight Rider. She was my jam. I was really into her.
We hear more about Kit, I think, than we do about Bonnie, and that's just a disgrace.
That is a disgrace because Bonnie gets short shrift on that one. She was a bona fide gorgeous woman and super smart too, scientist-y type tech person.
Speaking of crushes, is there a silver fox or a senior citizen that you think is a real looker?
Hands down, Julie Christie. She is like, I've loved her. So Dr. Zhivago is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think she's stunning. Even now, she's stunning. I mean, I know hasn't done a lot lately, but she did a movie relatively recently, like within the past 10 years, maybe 15, where she played a character with Alzheimer's. And it was the first time I'd seen her in a long time. And she's still stunning woman. And, when she was Dr. Zhivago era Julie Christie for me is forget about it.
Is there a little thing someone can do or has done for you that you think is really romantic?
Well, a little bit of it. I've been shoveling snow for about 2 hours today, and I was gonna go out and just do the stairs. The stairs leading up. I'd done the driveway. I'd done the whole sidewalk because you get fined if you don't clear the snow away. And so I did it, and I was like, okay, now I just got to do the steps, put the salt on, and we're good to go. And I went out, and my wife had done the stairs. Can you believe it?
That's really nice.
That's true love right there. Because my back was like, oh my God. So that was a nice one.
Is there an everyday object that you really love?
I mean, it's not a specific thing, but it's something that I look forward to every day. And I get really sad when it's not in the cupboard. And that's another thing. My wife always makes sure it's there is peanut butter. I love peanut butter. I just spoon it right out of the jar and eat it. And yeah, I think that's my object is peanut butter.
Any specific kind?
Yes, it is. It's called, I can't remember the brand, but it's called White Chocolate Wonderful. It's peanut butter with white chocolate mixed into it. There's tiny little chunks of white chocolate in it, and it is magic. It is magic. I'll have at least 2 spoons of it a day, sometimes 4, depending on how stressful the day is. There's been a lot more eating of White Chocolate Wonderful during the pandemic. Let's put it that way. Do
your parents or your grandparents or whoever have a love story?
It's interesting because, in India, there's, it's a lot of, certainly when my parents were getting married and my grandparents, it's a lot of, arranged marriages. The marriages are arranged, between families when, the kids are just born sometimes. And my dad had, somebody that his family and their family had picked out and, they were set to be married. And my parents came to medical school in the US and, they actually lived like, I think less than 2 miles away from each other in Bangalore, but didn't know each other. And they met in Chicago at Cook County Hospital. And, they fell for each other. And my dad called my grandparents up and was like, I'm going to go ahead and marry this one instead. Let's put a cancel order on that one. And they were like, no, are you crazy? We've made commitments. There've been promises, da, 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 da. And he's like, I'm going to marry this one or I'm just not getting married, period. So like, what's it going to be? And my grandparents were pissed off. And my parents got married and her side of the family came to the wedding and my dad's side did not come. to the wedding. And there was a lot of tension and a lot of stress there for a while. And then kind of as soon as I came along and my sister, like as soon as grandkids entered the picture, like magically all was forgiven. And, you know, everybody started to get along. But it was a real, I think it was a tough 2.5 years before I came along, where I think there was a lot of tension. And I never experienced it because when I was around, they were like, "Hey, everything's great," you know. But yeah, there was definitely that. So I think that's kind of a cool little love story.
And I can ask you this because you work on animated projects. Is
Yes.
there an animated character that you find yourself attracted to, either on a physical or spiritual level?
I mean, you know, I've been doing like a bunch of video games lately, and there tend to be like these outsized type looking women with everything enhanced in that, and that's something that I'm not that into. I don't know, it just looks comical to me. But when I look back at, like, you know, like Aladdin and stuff like that, you know, like the princess in Aladdin and that kind of thing, I suppose that. And you know who else was who was the girl Smurf? Smurfette?
Yeah,
Was
Smurfette.
it Smurfette? I kind of had a thing for Smurfette when I was a kid, and it's very weird to admit to that. But there was something about her. There was something about Smurfette that just kind of did a little something to me. I was like, this is interesting. A little blue Smurfette. So yeah, I don't know why I'm admitting to that right now, but it's out there now.
She's the most Smurfy Smurf that's ever smurfed.
Oh, Handy, you say the smurfiest things.
She's a Smurfette, Mr. Pitlick.